Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. Treyarch have just released a brand new teaser for DLC 1's Zombies map, Der Eisendrache. It's fairly strange. They've titled it Nikolai Memories, and the quote that they used to tweet it out when they initially revealed it was, "Regret can consume a man so deeply that it will blacken his heart and swallow his soul." I'm going to play it for you now, and we're going to look at it chunk by chunk to try and understand what it means. If you could drop a like on this video, that would be sweet. Once that's out of the way, we can jump straight in. Here we go.
It is said that it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I feel differently. Regret can consume a man so deeply that it will blacken his heart and swallow his soul.
Straight off the bat, it's clear that this is actually fairly somber. Treyarch have clearly gone for a quite sad vibe for this video, and they've executed it fairly well. We can read into these first two lines and understand a little more about Nikolai's character, which is cool because more character information is great. The zombie storyline could do with more hard and fast info like this. He quotes the famous phrase, "It is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all." But he states that he feels differently. From this, we can infer that perhaps he thinks that it is better to have never loved at all than to have loved and lost. He says that regret can consume a man so deeply it will blacken his heart and swallow his soul. So what seems to have happened here is Nikolai has loved and lost, and it's consumed his every waking hour. Every single modicum of his existence is emotionally fraught because of the fact that he has loved and lost. Nikolai has talked a little about reuniting with his family in the original The Giant trailer, and it seems like they are really playing on that theme this year. I'm going to play that clip for you now, and then we'll move on to the next part of this new video.
You can never wash away the blood on your hands, Richtofen. You are an evil that must be stopped.
What I do only to secure a better tomorrow.
The future hangs by a thread. There is a chain of events that must be set in motion.
I walk a path no other can take. I alone can lead us to our salvation.
Maybe there is a way to end all of this. To return to our homes, our old lives, our families.
So, in that trailer, Nikolai says, "The future hangs by a thread. There is a chain of events that must be set in motion." Clearly, he has some kind of idea, some plan that he hopes to execute in order to achieve his goals. He also says, maybe there is a way to end all of this, to return to our homes, our old lives, our families. So clearly, Nikolai is not just the bumbling drunk we once knew when we play as him on The Giant. He is very clearly a much more assertive and heartfelt figure who wants to just fix things, get everything back to the way it used to be, and return to his family. No longer will he have loved and lost if he can make that happen. Let's now listen to the next bit of the new video because there's some info in there that really speaks volumes about exactly what I've just been saying.
For so long we have been fighting. Many battles, many wars. I lost only one.
This is fairly interesting because Nikolai, as far as we know, has only really been in the battle at Origins and the battle at The Giant. So when exactly is he recording this message? At what point in time in the story is he sitting in this forest recounting his memories? He says, "For so long we have been fighting. Many battles, many wars." Now, there are quotes, for example, in The Giant, stating that Nikolai is aware of the fact that World War III has happened, which obviously is post-1945 at the end of World War II, but certainly hasn't happened in the real history of Earth as we know it. So, is he referring to that when he says that many battles and wars have been fought? What exactly has he taken part in as well is another good question, because it's all well and good if World War III has been and gone at the time of his recording of this message, but did he actually take part in it? Like I said, we know really very little about his actual past, and I'm specifically talking here about the young Nikolai rather than the old Nikolai. The young Nikolai did write this letter from the field, though. Remember? December 10th, 1917. It appears my current exile from the motherland may prove fortuitous. I have received orders to undertake a vital mission in northern France. Does this ring a bell, guys? I'll continue with the second paragraph. Reports from the area suggest the Kaiser's war machine may be gearing up to unleash something unlike anything we have seen before. Interestingly enough, then in The Giant, Nikolai talks again about this war machine.
We have seen impossible things, cheated death countless times. I can no longer deny the possibility of an unseen power.
When I first heard this, I straight away thought, hold on one diddly moment. Haven't I heard this before? Or rather, haven't I heard this sentiment before expressed in the Zombies storyline, but from a different character? I'm going to read you one of the Origins Ciphers that I decoded personally back when the map came out in, 2013? Blimey, it was a long time ago. So, the plain text reads as follows. The breadth of the ancients' knowledge is humbling. I find myself questioning not only my understanding of the scientific world, but also the true nature of the universe itself. For the first time in my adult life, I find myself open to the possibility of a higher power. There are several other Origins ciphers. One of them talks about Edward's work being integral to the analysis that the team were performing of Divinium, but the rift in his loyalties caused by Group 935 was not looking too promising. That's one of the ciphers, paraphrased. There's also another talking about Richtofon's past. From his very first day at Heidelberg, he displayed an intellect and maturity well beyond his years. I could go on and explore these further, but I'll save that for another time, I think. Perhaps when we get Richtofon's memory segment. For now, let's keep going with Nikolai.
A guiding hand, helping us to fulfill our destiny. My path is chosen. Our fate is sealed.
So, apparently, the fact that Nikolai was talked to repeatedly at length by an imaginary little girl in Origins didn't really sway him to the idea of there being some external force guiding him along the way. However, by this point in this forest, he's finally seen the error in his ways and is now at least open to the possibility, and only the possibility, he's not 100% sure, but it's certainly possible that there is some hand guiding his way. One thing you might have picked up on is the fact that he says very explicitly that his fate is sealed. His path is chosen. It doesn't seem like there are any other outcomes from the one that he foresees happening. It's final and it's definite. His path is chosen, his fate is sealed, but we've still got the last bit of the clip to listen to, and oh boy, it's interesting.
But the innocent, the children, those untainted by darkness and chaos, they can find a better tomorrow.
Kaboom! Nikolai has brought up the children. So now, in the Shadows of Evil secret note that I've talked about time and time again on my channel, we have mention of the children, who are hopefully going to be safe in the house. Those children, according to Nikolai, are untainted by darkness and chaos. They can find a better tomorrow, which is interesting, his wording there, because if we go back to that trailer I mentioned before for the giant, what does Richtofen say? Let's have a listen.
Damn it, Richtofen, I thought we were done with this! What can I say, Dempsey? Things change.
Only a fool would dare to change history.
I am no fool. What I do only to secure a better tomorrow.
Yeah, well, let's see if we live to see it.
So Richtofen says, what I do only to secure a better tomorrow. Perhaps he's talking about the children there. He's trying to find a better tomorrow for the children. But Nikolai is saying the same thing. The children can find a better tomorrow. So potentially, what is happening here is both Nikolai and Richtofen seem to have plans to create a better tomorrow for the children. But they are very much not on the same page because it seems like they want to go about it in different ways. We've already speculated that Richtofen's plan is to convince both all the other versions of himself and the O4 and their other counterparts in the other universes that they need to die. That's from the Shadows of Evil's secret note. So it's possible, therefore, that Richtofen thinks that that's what needs to happen, but Nikolai has a separate idea for what needs to happen, in contrast to that plan put forward by Richtofen. Richtofen says that he alone can lead the group to salvation. Only he can walk down that path, which makes it seem like he plays a special role. Maybe, though, that's not the case. Maybe it's just Richtofen being vain and finding self-importance wherever he can, and actually, they just need to work as a group to secure that better tomorrow for the children. There's one more thing that I'm going to bring up before I go that I'd like to see you guys pondering in the comments section. What is this house? Nikolai enters this house, in his memories that is, midway through this new video, and there are some interesting things in the background. It's quite hard to make a lot of it out, but I'd like to hear your thoughts as to what and where this house is in the comments down below. So, in summary, Nikolai acutely misses his family. He loved them, now he has lost them, and he feels that his heart has been blackened and his soul swallowed. He has fought in many battles and many wars, alongside other people, not just alone, but he says that he has lost only one. Whatever that one was, we can't be sure of. Perhaps it was the one he lost, which caused him to lose his family. Nikolai has seen and done impossible things so consistently that he now thinks it is certainly possible that there is a higher power out there helping him along the way. He also wants to find a better tomorrow for the children and knows exactly how he needs to go about doing it. His fate is sealed, but theirs isn't, and a better tomorrow is possible. I've been MrRoflWaffles, that's been Nikolai's Memories. I think all this new storyline information is definitely worth a like, and I'll see you very soon, hopefully, in more Black Ops 3 Zombies videos. Tally ho!